three news stories for you. Firstly, viewers, if you want to know the sex of a bird flying high in the air, what will you do? Can an ornithologist who studies birds, can an ornithologist figure out the sex of a bird flying high in the air? Well, if he is facing problems in this regard, he can contact Ethiopian Air Chief Yilma Merdasa. Secondly, viewers, Chinese Foreign Minister Yang Wei is due to visit Eritrea. Yes, from the 4th of January, Yang Wei is due to start his visit of two African countries which share borders with Ethiopia. Wang Yi was in Addis Ababa almost a month ago. So once again, he is visiting Africa. And lastly, viewers, Filsan Abdi, a Somali girl who was part of Ethiopian PM Abiy's cabinet, but who resigned in September this year, has broken her silence. She was interviewed by the Washington Post a few hours ago, and she has leveled some serious allegations against PM Abiy and his cabinet and his government. And she has shared her views about the war in Tigray, about human rights abuses in Tigray. We'll have a look at her views and how true is what she is saying. Because she was part of Ethiopian PM's cabinet when the war was going on in Tigray, and she remained part of the cabinet for around 2 years. From November 2020 till September 2021, while war was going on in Tigray, then in Amhara Afar, she was at the cabinet. Why is that now she is leveling allegations? Firstly, viewers, I have an advice for you. New year is about to start. We should discuss about a solution to problems as well. We always discuss problems here. So if you are facing a problem that you want to know the sex of a bird flying high in the air, don't be worried. Contact Ethiopian Air Chief Yilma Merdasa. He says that he has the solution to this centuries-old problem. He says that he has the equipment to know the sex of a bird which is flying high in the air. So it means that Ethiopian Air Force is in possession of such equipment, because you can contact him. Secondly, viewers, Chinese Foreign Minister was in Addis Ababa almost a month ago. He visited Addis Ababa when other embassies, other powers were telling their ambassadors to leave Ethiopia. So his visit was very significant. He is going to be back in Africa in coming days. From the 4th of January, he's going to start another visit of Africa. This time, he will be in Eritrea, viewers. Then he'll visit Kenya too and Comoros, viewers. He'll visit 3 African countries. Then he'll visit some countries in Asia. He is due to visit Sri Lanka too. So that just shows how important Africa is for China. That Foreign Minister Wang Yi was in Ethiopia less than a month ago, almost a month ago. Now he is visiting Eritrea and Kenya, the two countries which share borders with Ethiopia. Once again, definitely Tigray conflict will come under discussion. Somali political stalemate could also come under discussion. So while US is imposing sanctions on Eritrea, EU is putting Eritrea under sanctions, China is strengthening its ties with Eritrea. Chinese mostly do not care about human rights situation in countries. They have their own interests. Their economic interests are of prime importance for them. China is definitely spreading its wings over Africa, viewers. Chinese investments in Africa are a way of penetrating Africa, and that is how China is penetrating Africa, that through its engagement with all leaders, with dictators, with democratically elected leaders, through engagement with all of them. Eritrea is building ties in Africa. It's investing in several countries of Africa. We can make a separate video on that, but that just shows that Africa is of prime importance for China now. Lastly, viewers, Filsan Abdi, a Somali girl who was part of Ethiopian PM Abiy's cabinet, has leveled some serious allegations against PM Abiy and his government. She remained part of federal cabinet for almost 2 years, viewers. When war started in Tigray in November, she was Minister of Women at federal cabinet. She resigned in September before the formation of new cabinet in October. So before the formation of new cabinet, she resigned. Now she has been interviewed by the Washington Post. In her interview, she has leveled serious allegations against PM Abiy's government. Firstly, she says that her Ministry of Women, was told to establish a task force to carry out investigations into human rights abuses, rapes, etc., committed in Tigray. And she says that her ministry, the task force, completed the investigations, and she found evidence of prevalence of rape in Tigray. But she was not allowed to publish her findings. She was told that she should blame only TPLF, only Tigray fighters, for atrocities committed in Tigray and in Amhara region. And secondly, she further says that Tigrayans on her staff and on other ministry staff, they were being sent on forced leave. And she was told by some government official that she should also send Tigrayan members of her staff on forced leave. She says that she refused and she demanded in writing orders. So she is basically saying that she was not allowed to work freely. She wanted to report about human rights abuses committed in Tigray, but she wasn't allowed to do that. And lastly, she says that distinction between Tigray and TPLF, between the people of Tigray, Tigrayans, and TPLF, this distinction is disappearing. Tigrayans, all Tigrayans are being treated as if they are members of TPLF. And since TPLF is under crackdown, under attack, it means that all Tigrayans are under attack. So she has leveled some serious allegations. She is saying that rape was committed in Tigray, government forces were involved, she was not allowed to investigate freely, and Ethiopian government is launching ethnic cleansing of Tigrayans. Question, viewers, is that she remained part of Ethiopian federal cabinet for 10 months, 11 months during the course of this war, from November 2020 till September 2021. She was part of Ethiopian federal cabinet. Why is that? It took her 11 months to know that Ethiopian government was against Tigrayans. Why is that it took her so long? Why is now she speaking when her channel has been closed? We know that Nabat TV, founded by Filsan Abdi, was closed. It was put off air a few weeks ago. I did a video on that. Somali language channel. It was put off air, and workers at the channel, and her parents were taken into custody. Later, her parents were released. Why is now she speaking? She should have spoken in November when the war started, in December, in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It took her 11 months to know what was happening in Tigray while she was sitting at Ethiopian federal cabinet. Thanks for watching.